playing? Scared? Darkness has come for you!
Darkness. I do not fear the dark.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with the Vatu video. If you don't know what that Vatu is, there was a trailer for Vatu, and he's coming up in around the end of May. He's going into PDS, I don't know when, but again, I already mentioned this in a couple of other videos that I have. If you want to be able to know the PDS is up, PDS public test server where we get to test him before he goes into live servers, for those who don't know. I'm going to be streaming that as soon as it opens, okay? As soon as it's open, I'm there streaming it. Follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Notifications will happen on both sides. So yeah, and this is Vatu. This is the newest champion. It looks like a Koga almost, but it has a little bit extra onto his kit. I just feel like his kit is so much better in a certain way. Okay, and here he is, the champion itself. This is the normal stance while he's standing together. As for his abilities, I'm going to be talking about them here in just a second. I'm going to remove the sound pretty much, and we're going to be looking here a little bit into his abilities. And just the first person, third person, how it actually works. And he basically, what he does is he throws 3 kunais, 3 little daggers every time. He has 5 ammo, as you can see right there. He throws them. Every single one of the kunais will do 300 damage. So the closer you are, the easier it is to hit the 3 kunais because they go in an arc, right? So 1, 2, 3, like a triangle almost, like more like a fan. You know what you guys? The fan? I don't know the name. Doesn't matter. But it goes in an arc, goes one in the middle, two of the other 2 sides. And basically, when you throw them, they do 300 damage each. So if you get really up close and personal, you can do 1/900 shot, which is pretty good. They also has damage drop off that I can show you right here. If you look at his damage at a long range, this is how the ammo goes. And you can see here, he's gonna do a little less damage here right now. You see there, 229. So he starts losing a little bit of damage at a certain range. Unfortunately, because, for example, Maeve doesn't have that. But apparently they want to encourage you guys to do it a little bit more. And if you want to just understand this champion really quick, I'm gonna go give you the simple version real quick. You throw 3 kunais with left hand, right hand, left hand, and you just basically switch it up. It has 5 ammo. It does 300 damage each kunai. If you hit all 3 kunais, 900 damage. It has damage drop off. Alright, then you have the right click, which is 3 explosive daggers or little bolts or whatever it is. It's almost like the poison bolts of Sky, but instead of doing poison, it does explosion. It sticks to surfaces, and one of his talents actually allows you to auto-aim this ability, so it will track people down like the orbs of Furia on the Wings of Wrath, so that it hits them every time. I mean, it's still gonna miss a couple times because the targeting is not 100% perfect, but there you go. This is so you can do like a sort of like a combo, because you only have 5 ammo. You do 1 attack, you throw the explosive bolts, and you do another attack. As for his F ability, his movement ability, he has 3 dashes, and you can just go wherever you want. You want to go up, down, left, right, and it's a really fast dash, and I'll show you here in a bit. And you can even go at any direction you want. So if you want to go backwards, you can go backwards. You can look down, pull backwards, and you go up while looking down, which means that you're going to be able to do a lot of crazy stuff with him. You can even go in the air and go after a Drogos if necessary. So that's pretty cool. As for his Q, the Q will allow you to target an enemy, and you can basically like blink into this enemy and do a little bit of damage, and then you can have a little bar duration, and you can blink again to another enemy. I am not sure if you can blink into the same enemy, however. That would still be cool if you back out just a tiny bit and just blink back again in order to do double damage in a full combo of like throwing daggers, poison bolts, and do the Q again. Alright, the F doesn't do any damage, alright? It's just literally a movement ability. As for his ultimate, it basically starts charging up. The more it charges, it creates a bigger distance on the ultimate effectiveness. And basically what it does is you're going to look in the direction and it's going to slash right through them. And it's basically like a skewer from Koga. And because it does go through multiple enemies, it does multiple times damage on every single one of them. And it even stuns them. Okay, but we'll see the entire descriptions on the website in just a second. I'm gonna put here to play so we can see it here real quick. You see this little UI. Also, little attention to detail. This was actually amazing. I don't know who did this. I feel like it was scam, but either way, whoever it was actually pretty cool. The closer you're getting to the people, the wider this UI will open. And if you see here, it's going to start, as soon as it gets close, it starts to open up and get a little bit more open. I was expecting him to go right there. There it is. And it goes and it opens up a little bit. So you can still see it in the screen without, you know, just being one thing here on the bottom because of the abilities and so on. So after this, he's going to use the explosive little daggers. As you can see there, it does explosive AoE damage, so you can hit it in the floor and just hit multiple people. Which is pretty good to do multiple. You know, these characters usually don't have a lot of AoE, but you saw that are full combo, hitting normal shots, hitting the AoE, the explosive little bolts or whatever, and did a ton of damage. This is the Q ability that I was mentioning. You can select somebody with that little UI, and you auto-blink into them, which he's gonna do right now, and you do a tiny little bit of damage. You saw that right there. This is to give it another little extra damage so you can do a full combo. So it's going to be combo champion, which is really good. Now pay attention here. This little bar is the time you have until so you just blink into another person. In this case, he has no cooldowns because he's using the codes of the devs, obviously, but he can blink into one and then blink into another, and then that's it. You're gonna have to go on cooldown. And if for anyone who was wondering what the cooldowns are, here they are. Nico actually put this on Twitter. Shadow Bombs, 10 seconds. The Ambush, which is that Q ability, 11 seconds. The Dash 3 charges, and it's 5 seconds per charge. I don't know, however, if they made the same thing as what they just fixed on Grok with the totems, where each one of them will have their own individual little timer. But I think not, because I saw them using the third talent that allows you, the more you hit people with your kunais, the more cooldowns reductions you get over all your entire cooldowns. So, and it was only like getting one at a time. So I'm guessing that it doesn't do that. It's gonna be like one by one. It's always like 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds. It's not going to be individual, okay? So there you go. 5 ammo in the chamber. As you hear the dashes, you can go pretty much anywhere you want. Backwards, frontwards. You can go into the sky. You can just go through the floor. You can do pretty crazy stuff with this, which is really, really good. I wanted to see the ultimate. Here's the ultimate here. He basically charges. The bar will start going further. Obviously, you cannot cancel it. So after you ult, that's going to be ulted. You press again to cancel it at the direction you want, if I'm making myself understand. Basically, if you let it go, it will go into the max distance. I'm not entirely sure if it will fire automatically as soon as it hits the max distance, but we'll see that on PDS. But if you press it again, you see that it's going further and further. It will basically go only to that direction. So this is if you really need to go really fast with the ultimate, like you need to go really fast. You can't have time to charge. So you can do this, for example, to run away. It's like a Zin's ultimate in a certain way, where you can just use it to survive and run away and so on, which is pretty cool. You can see here it goes in a very large distance, and you can just do this, use the Q to make sure you're after the targets. This is something for when people are running away. Like, even a Koga can try to run away, and use the Q, and you're gonna go after him. There's a lot of people on point, just use your ultimate and just dash right through them and just stun them all. That's pretty amazing. They did amazing work here. Here's the reload animation here on his hand. He basically just spins around. This is also the weapon inspection. The knives look really good, but they look so small. Like, oh my god. I wanted to see here if we could hear some voice lines here as well. As for the first talent that I didn't mention, the first talent basically allows you to use the Q to your allies as well. It will have a third charge instead of just 2, and it will allow you to go to your allies as well. So that's the first talent. The second talent will make the poison bolts go after people. The third talent will make you reduce your cooldowns every time you hit people with the kunais, all of them. So that's pretty much probably the best one, and the one that a lot of people are going to run with. I wanted to see here when he's going to use the voice lines here real quick so we can show you the voice here. Here we go.
I am the soothing darkness on a blistering summer's day. We have done well. Forget it. Shadows be with us. Let us enjoy ourselves.
Alright, and the voice lines of this champion were actually made by this this person here named Young Yi, and he's basically a voice actor. He apparently is very famous on Twitter as well. I don't know exactly. I mean, he has his own YouTube channel. I'm guessing that he also is a YouTuber, a famous YouTuber or something like that. 1 million subscribers. Yeah, you're definitely famous. All right, and this is the person actually did the voices for Vatu. So there you go as to who did the voices and so on. We heard a little bit of the voices as well. All right, so here's the champion. Now we're gonna look at real quick at the abilities. Again, launch 3 kunais in an arc every 0.9 seconds, dealing 300 damage, has max of 5 bullets, and after 75 units, it starts dropping the damage. Throw 3 explosive, the little like, shadow bombs. They're called shadow bombs like, instead of explosive darts or whatever I was calling them. And they will deal damage on hit, but they will also deal 200 damage, each one of them, in a little AoE explosion, okay? So, and it also has a radius, so you can't just throw them at, you know, infinitely. After 150 units, it will blow up. So if you're in a certain position, you throw it into the point, you can still make it blow up in the middle of the air and hit multiple people. I mean, that would be cool. I would love actually to be able to cancel this in the middle of the air and actually make it explode wherever I want. Almost like what you can do with explosive sword of Tiberius. Okay? As for the ambush, again, it does 200 damage. This ability can be refired again within 4 seconds to go to a different target. And it has 85 units of distance, okay? And also, apparently, it also does the AoE. This is something I was watching on the stream and I wasn't fully understanding. It does damage up to 20 units. So if there's like, everybody's stacked up, you can just hit multiple people at the same time with a dash of those, which is really cool. Again, the dash is 3 charges, and it also reduces the damage you take during the dash by 60%. So you can sort of use it to survive certain ults, like for example Sky ult, which is going to be pretty great. I don't think anybody has mentioned that, so there you go. As for the ultimate, it does 800 damage, stuns enemies, and there you go. You're immune to CC control while charging it, and you have to at least 0.5 seconds be on the ultimate before you just fire it. It has the maximum charge of 2 seconds, and it will automatically fire in the end. There you go. It cannot be cancelled. The only thing you can do is shoot it again to be able to teleport without having to go to the full extent. Again, the 3 talents that I mentioned, Ambush, gains an additional charge and can now be used on your allies. Increase the explosive radius of Shadow Bombs. It also increases, it's really little to nothing, 5 units. And now they will be pushed, like auto-aimed into the enemies. And finally, the one that I'm saying that it is going to, a lot of people are going to love this one. Reduce the cooldown of your basic abilities by 15% after hitting an enemy with at least 1 kunai. So you don't even need to hit them like the 3 different kunais you throw at the same time in an arc. Just one of them hitting, it will basically give you the 15% reduced cooldowns into every single thing. So with the 5 stacks that you have of bullets, you're gonna reduce a lot of cooldowns and you're gonna be able to keep yourself in motion and so on. Okay, as for cards, I could go through every single card, but honestly, all I'm gonna say is that unfortunately I feel a little bit disappointed. There's nothing that allows you to basically maybe hover in the air after you're using a dash, or increase the distance of the dashes, for example. It's all pretty basic. I think that the one that it was just a little bit caught into my eye was this one, that it can increase your base jump. So you cannot double jump, but you can almost make it like so, because you're going to be able to go all the way to 150 apparently, because this is a massive. You can also increase his base HP. You can generate ult charge by hitting people with your ultimate. So you ult, and if you hit one person, just one, it doesn't mean that if you hit multiple people, it will also give you ult charge. But you can gain all the way to 25% ult charge by using your ultimate and hitting at least one person. So it's going to save you some time for getting the next ultimate, which is pretty good. And you also have that card that usually resets the cooldown of an ambush if you fall below up to 50%, for example. So you can try to use it to survive. If you go in with a talent that allows you to do it to your allies, then there you go. You can just use that to run away. As for the skins, we got this one, which is a limited. This will be through the season pass, where it doesn't have a mask, okay? He's gonna be look pretty much the same thing. It just doesn't have a mask, I'm pretty sure. Then you have this one, which is gonna be 60,000 gold or 200 crystals. whatever you feel like. It's gonna be completely green and gold, looks amazing. And finally, level 50, the golden one, which has a lot of details, little clouds everywhere, and it's just amazing. Very, very good, I loved it. Now we have here is this as well. I can actually show you here a little bit bigger. There you go. This is gonna be an emote, the emote that he has. And I think that this one here is what you get from the season pass. It's an emote as well. I think that you can only stand still while having this, so there you go. Then you have the MVP pose, his normal MVP pose, and finally the one you get from the season pass. So there you go. This is pretty much it for the champion. It looks really good. I like it a lot of this champion. It looks like a really, really cool.
You have my thanks.
The amount of mobility he has, the combos you can do. So it's going to be like that sort of champion that we've been asking for a while already, where it's like it's simple champion, but it has the possibility to do a lot. So in the right hands, we're going to be able to shred through people with it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys on the next one. And now, I'm going to leave this link in the description because this trailer is amazing. Shout out to whoever did this trailer. Looks really good. Especially the animations of Vora and everything. It's just... it made it justice once and for all. Alright, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Also, the balancing video should already be out or is going to be coming out straight away. And I'm also going to be doing a video for all the skins that are coming out and mounts and etc. So watch out for that. Bye-bye, people. I'm out.